Welcome in YouTube to another video. I thought I'd do a little early predictions of the Premier League for next season before even the transfers have got going. If you did like today's video, please do drop us a like, a sub, and let us know in the comments your thoughts. It is a bit of fun, guys, so these are literally very early predictions of what I think it may happen. Let's get into it. Top of the table, personally, I think that it's going to be Man City again this year. They've obviously been favourites for the last few years. They've done fantastically well on for the treble this year, so good luck to them on that. I definitely think Man United are probably going to end up maybe second or at least top four this year again. Ten Hag has done fantastic in his first full season. 62 games, 42 wins, 12 losses. Incredible record. So I think he's probably going to be better at that and obviously push for that title behind Man City. Newcastle is third. Another team that are going to heavily invest in the summer, in my opinion. They've got the money to back them. They want the title. I'm sure they're going to try and compete with Man City. Arsenal had a fantastic season this year. However, I think they had a real tough end towards the season. They'll be gutted about the title. Arteta's done a fantastic job taking them to where they are today. I just don't think they're going to be strong enough this year to compete with the likes of Man United and Newcastle. They will finish top four, but I don't believe it's going to be very similar to this year. Liverpool, I don't think they're going to make the top four again. I think they'll have a similar season to this year. The season they had with all of the top three, Mane, Salah and Firmino, was a fantastic season. I just don't know if they're going to be able to replace that type of quality at the top again. So I think they're going to finish fifth this time. Chelsea, I think they're going to be finished sixth. They can't have a bad season from last year, surely. Not another one. Pochettino's come in now, so I think he's going to be really good. He'll start changing up a few things. He may even try and bring a few players across from his reign at PSG, and we'll see a lot better out of them this year. West Ham, seventh. They've had a fantastic season in the Europa this year, and good luck to them in the final. I just think they'll have a much better season than obviously this year finished 14th. The buzz of the Europe final, hopefully they do win it. Brighton in 8th position. Brighton had a fantastic season securing Europa League football this year. I just think that we've seen it with West Ham last year, etc. The extra games that they have to play just plays a real toll on their Premier League status. The amount of extra games, I'm not sure if they've got the squad to be able to cope with both and have a real good run in both. So I think they're going to finish 8th this time, just out of the spot. Similar to very much to Aston Villa, had a fantastic season again this year. Going to have extra gains playing in the Europa League and stuff like that. But I just think that they're going to finish outside of the zone and not handle both of the fixtures. In 10th place, we have Brentford, a team who have done fantastic well in the Premier League over the last few years, really finding their feet and playing some decent football. Only team to do the double over Man City this year as well. So fantastic effort from them. They do drop one place from this year, but I think overall they'll finish 10th because there's going to be a couple of other teams like Chelsea, etc. that are going to real push up this year. Crystal Palace, really trying hard to keep hold of Wilfried Zaha this year. May even try and break the wage record. So we'll see how that plans out. But if they do manage to do that, I think that'll be real key to where they finish this year. So I'm going to stick with 11th place, which is where they finished this year. Spurs, I just can't see Spurs doing any better than they did this year, to be honest with you. I've got them in 12th place. Rumours Harry Kane may have been leaving. Can't see him staying for too many more years. The fact that he wants to win trophies. You've seen it with Grealish, with Phillips and stuff like that. Making the jump. They're on for the treble this year. Like Harry still has obviously a lot left to gain. He needs that title. Will he do it in the Europe or will he stay in England and try and win the Premier League? We'll have to wait and see. 13th place, I got Fulham. Slightly worse off than obviously this year, finishing 10th. They've had a fairly decent season. Hopefully their new stand will be ready now and you'll see a full capacity in the stadium, which will be really cool to see. As I've been there twice, completely knocked down, and then I went back again when it was almost finished. A couple of fans in there, but they need to get the full fans in there now. So hopefully that'll be good. Everton, you know, they really struggled this year, but I really like Sean Dyche. Hopefully, you know, for them, he'll come in and prove his worth again. Similar to what he did at Burnley and stuff like that. And they'll have a lot better season, finishing 14th this year. Burnley, Vincent Kompany did fantastically well in the Championship this year. Really playing a Premier League style of football. Very fluid, playing out from the back with the keeper. Very similar to how he played at Man City. So I think they'll do a real contender today, but keep themselves up. 15th, I've got them. Sheffield United, another one who started off really well in the Championship. They then sort of hit a bit of a wall in the mid of the season, but they had enough points to try and keep them up. They dropped a lot of points around that period to a lot of teams around them, Luton, Millwall and stuff like that. So it'll be a real relegation battle this year for Sheffield United, but I think they'll just have enough to finish outside of the relegation zone. Wolves had a bit of a struggle this year, only winning one of their last 5 games, entering into a bit of a candidate with a relegation zone. They did end up finishing 13th in the end. I think they'll do enough to stay up, but it will be the team that come down to the wires. 18th place, I've got Forest. Now, they spent so much money this year to keep them up. And Lingard for a ridiculous amount of money. They brought in 2 loan keepers, Navas and Sanhoud. Fantastic, obviously, from Man United and from PSG, etc. But I just think it started to install maybe a bit of negativity into the mentality of the club. Because as we've seen with many clubs, you know, you bring in all these star players to just do a job. And then you don't keep that core team that will play the football and play for each other. You just got all these ringers that are coming in to do a job, and I don't think it will pay off this year. I think they may spend a lot of money again to try and keep them up, you know, a special group of players as well as just individuals to be able to win a team, just like you've seen with Man City, stuff like that. Which then brings me on to 19th place. Luton have showed a fantastic level of professionalism over the years, really installing this proper run club in terms of the right players at the right budget. If they can't afford them, they won't bring them in. They've got a wage cap. They've always been over the years one of the smallest budgets, the smallest grounds, stuff like that. But they bring in players that are from either lower leagues or are, you know, future candidates that have really proven themselves. And they also don't always invest in their ability as well. They invest in their character as well, which really shows, like this year, a team that was being wrote off for, you know, mid-table finish in the Championship have really stuck together and ended up getting promotion to the Premier League for the first time in the club's history. It's been fantastic for us. It was brilliant to watch us as well this season. Being realistic now, the reason why I've currently got them in the position they are, 3 fantastic loanees have come in, Nakamba, Jame and obviously Horvath in goal. These have been really key to the success of the core this year and getting us promoted. They've obviously gone back. We're trying to get them back on permanent deals, but if we don't, we've got to then find more candidates to come in that same core and just pick up where they left off. So at the moment, early days, I'm going with a Luton in the 19th position. Again, as I say, realistic. We're always going to be that club that is the whipping boys or whatever clubs want to try and call us. Every year, we always prove people wrong. So really hoping, again, we do exactly that. And we better the score that I've put them at this year. Bournemouth, who lost their last 4 games to the run end of the season, they did finish in 15th place. Just their time is up in the Premier League for this year, certainly. I believe they'll finish bottom of the league this year, truthfully. Early days, they've got rid of a few of their players. Junior Stanislas, who got 2 promotions with them, left the club as well. An interesting fact for you, the year that Luton got relegated into the conference, Bournemouth finished 21st in that same league, League 2. And now they're going to be in the Premier League facing Luton again for the first time. And there you have it, guys. My predictions for the Premier League. If you did like today's video, please do drop us a like and a sub. And let us know in the comments your thoughts. Remember, though, it is a bit of fun. And it's also my own little fun prediction at the start of the season before any of the transfers that happened, any of the rumours. And it's purely just to get a feel out to what I think is going to happen. And then in a couple of weeks' time, when the fixtures are out, when all the rumours, the transfer season started, and of course the season's about to happen, we will do a proper prediction and see where we finish at the end of the year.